Welcome to Bundara, which is home to the Jerinja tribal people. We'd like to welcome you on country, and we can actually show you some fishing techniques to be able to make tools to actually catch different types of fish or shellfish. Yeah, I've been raised and brought up on this country, on Jerinja country, to look after and to protect our land and our seafood.
We're just showing the kids how the little pennywinkles and some of the seafoods and the wilks and oysters that you could just go around. You don't have to dive to hunter and gather. And we've got the mangroves growing over there. There'll be oysters growing on the mangroves. You've got your pippies in the sand. So this area is full of shellfish and dungarn for us. There's two different forms of Aboriginal people. There's sea people and there's inland people, and they live off the bush tucker, where we live off the sea. They're little pennywinkles. They're like a little sea slug. And in our tribe, we love these. They're like a little delicacy. You eat him. You can eat him raw too.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, a little baby one. And you know what you've got to do when they're babies, you don't touch them, eh? Because you've got to wait till they grow up to big ones. If you take all the little ones, there'll be none left. That's right, we've got to keep them for future generations, don't we? Aboriginal fish traps, they come in all different shapes and sizes, and they're made up of different things. Some of them could be just little channels like this here, and they could build a little rock platform there, so when the tide comes in, the fish get caught in the trap here, and when the tide's coming out, they could get caught in the traps as well. But because this is a little isolated channel, we could stand on the rocks here and spear them as they're swimming through to go through down over into the air bay. This is a native grape. It grows fruit, but not only that, we can use the vine for many purposes, making fish traps, lobster pots. It's like our native rope.
We have got a native fish trap. It could also be a crab trap, lobster trap and a heel trap too. I made it, yeah, it's out of the native vine, drop berry. Everywhere you go around the Shoalhaven, it's a native vine, Eastern Coast vine. Aboriginal kids used to eat them berries like a lolly. It took me a solid week to make that. I got taught that when I was a young kid growing up in the bush. The fish, right, she swims in, she goes up because she's shaped like a cylinder. They can't turn up the top end, so the fish is stuck. Lobster, East Coast lobster's inside the trap. It's been caught a couple of hours ago, that lobster. Just like, just like going and getting a feed of oysters, just get enough what you need. You've got to survive the next day and that, yeah. Well, this is the native vine that I use to make the fish nets, and it's called a thissus. It's a native East Coast vine. Put it all in big bundles, wind it all up and soak it in water. The longer you soak it, the more pliable it is, It's that strong, you can tow cars with it. You wind it together, yeah.
So that's just a normal bit of conch shell that we found down on the beach there. To me, it looks like a natural look already. So all I'd have to do is just maybe sharpen this little bit, put a point on it, take that little bit off there, and then just get down on the rock and then just work it. You put your bait on there and you put a hole in down the bottom here to put your fishing line through, and you go and get it with the vine. You'd only need, say, about 2 metres long fishing line because you're not going down into the deep. All you're doing is plucking it into the water. In the old days, there was plentiful fish around. So as soon as you put your hook in the line with your bait on there, you're guaranteed to catch a fish.